Game 2 of MTGYou Fight Club, Daemon versus Rich, Standard, Jundwalkers versus GW Aggro. These are the lists from the GP, the recent GP. Daemon,
the Pro Tour, yes.
Pro Tour, yes. Thank you. Daemon is piloting the one, let's see, is it Ishikawa?
Yeah, Yuki Ichikawa.
Ichikawa's list. And Rich, whose list are you piloting?
Cunningham's list. It was the deck that got him in the top 8. It was his first top 8. His first Pro Tour he's ever played in. He went top 8 with it. So
That's right. So that was actually pretty exciting.
yeah, those were some fun games to watch. Other than watching the blue-white deck, that was terrible.
I
Well.
actually highly enjoyed the blue-white.
Here's the thing. I liked watching it because Flock is such a good player that he just the way he interacted with the game and the board state, it was fun to watch a lot. You know what I mean? But other than that, like the win con, it was just grindy and slow.
And I did the deck screen while you guys were still shuffling. I should really wait until you guys are...
You want to redo it again or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll just make my editing easier.
Yeah, I got Cunningham second place. I mean, can't really complain
Did you
about
say
that.
his first time in Pro Tour?
Yeah.
Then he made it to second place?
Yeah, it was really fun to watch his interviews, but as you could just see, like, he was just, like,
Yeah.
shocked and, like, excited.
And Rich really isn't a UW hater.
I don't know that.
No, he just... what we say about UWs is...
No,
it's not always
boring to
It's
watch
not always
is
just
all.
interesting to watch. That's all we're saying. I mean,
Like,
it's...
I loved watching Flock play it because he's a really, really good player, and he was able to, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Make tons of really tough decisions look easy. But, like, other than that, like, I hate playing blue-white control because I'm just not patient.
Yeah, Blades is our
Blades
our
is our
blue,
resident blue mage.
Yeah, and he does a good job. I've lost many times to that dumb control deck.
Yeah, but
Speaking
that's
of
not
haters.
because I'm a good blue-white player.
Well, we know why. It's because I am who I am. All right, so let me go back to that deck screen if we're to that point. I think we are. So we're on Game 2, MTGYou Fight Club, Daemon versus Rich. This is Standard, Jundwalkers versus GW Aggro. And we're just cutting decks, and I believe that you get to pick Daemon.
And I'll be going first.
Okay.
Okay.
So I lost the first game, and this deck basically transforms by taking a lot of its planeswalkers out just because they're a little bit slow, and bringing in a lot of removal and becoming sort of akin to like your regular, like just a Jund control deck with a few planeswalkers. So I feel like this is pretty reasonable.
I think mine is okay. I'm gonna try it because there's a good enough cards in here that's not worth shipping. But
Ugly white bordered forest to troll the chat. Pass.
he wanted to change it, and I told him no.
I bet
Temple
the
Garden
chat
go.
likes it.
Good.
You should play with your lands in front of your.
Oh, jeez.
Don't do it.
Tap
Don't
for
do it
colorless
down.
with Lionel at War Wastes and make it Sylvan Carry to pass.
Okay. Getting better. Go.
No plays?
No plays.
Huh.
Yeah, you're given making it to the late game. Daemon is definitely favored.
I don't have any of these.
Take two.
Okay.
Tap for 4. Make a Xenagos.
Okay. You have a Xenagos.
Make a Satyr.
Okay, you have the Satyr.
Pass turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get a Knight that I forgot that I don't have the token for because I'm bad at this game.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I got one somewhere in a box over there, but this is a 2/2 White Knight with Vigilance.
2/2 White Knight with Vigilance.
Untap, upkeep, draw. So
You could say that the difference between your guys' tokens
Shock
is
Deaden.
a difference between night and day.
Waka waka.
Waka. Johnny, call the parade.
Uh-oh.
Put a +1/+1 counter on my guy.
Don't hit me for 4, bro.
Johnny, Color of the Bride.
Attack Xenagos for 3.
Under the bus.
Okay, go.
Under the bus.
Oh, thank you.
The Satyr had haste.
He did, but he
That's
didn't.
true, but honestly, like I just wanted to make sure that I had blockers up. He does have lots of instant speed shenanigans in the deck.
Very good point.
And so I really was cognizant. I mean, I watched him flash in the Boon Satyr last turn. And again, I watched a lot of the Pro Tour coverage, and this deck really does have quite a few threats that function instant speed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty
All
rough.
right.
Like Silesia, Charm, Make a Knight.
Also,
Kill your Xenagos off the playback.
Daemon is, I feel like he's more favored in the late game since his Planeswalker spells are just going to get him there more often.
Make a Satyr.
Okay.
I'll pass turn.
So I feel like he just wants to. Right now, Rich is definitely the beatdown, and Daemon is definitely the defensive deck. And two are right there, even though Rich wasn't appearing to be putting pressure on. Holding off for one turn, I don't feel is too bad of an idea.
So the question in here is, do I want a -3 a Johnny to crack at you for 6 or kill the Xenagos? How many cards in hand?
4 cards in hand.
4 cards in hand. So he probably has either an Abrupt Decay or an Ultimate Price, which means I'm possibly going to get 2 for 1, but I think it's worth it because of this right here. So let's try it. Give him Flying Double Strike.
Okay.
Punch Xenagos.
Ultimate price?
Yep. Alrighty. Go ahead.
Nothing else?
Nope. Actually, I'm kind of dumb.
Okie dokie. I'll make another Satyr.
Yep. I didn't think
Signified by this red sleeve.
Okay.
I'm going to go 2 at a Johnny, 2 at you.
Okay. Out of it. I'm going to lose life off.
Okay, before blocks are declared.
Yep. Here comes the part where I kind of get a little greedy, I guess.
Doom
Doomblade.
I actually meant ultimate price. Just showing off
All right,
all of the
cool.
things.
So I take 2.
Everyone
giant
dies.
Played an ultimate
Wow.
price, although I swear I saw something else there.
I got really hurt bad on that one, actually. That was not
Yeah, I've had
good.
a relatively good draw, and I needed lands and they came. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I kept a really rough hand, and I
I
kept
will go ahead and
drawing
pass.
rough stuff. So and I know that he has that spell too, which
Yeah.
just makes it
Exactly.
even more like, do I want to really?
it just kind of
These-
flops it out on the table, lets you know what I got.
Yeah, this wasn't the card you were thinking it was. These are not the droids you were looking for.
It's just that I need to save it for your multicolor guys. Like honestly,
go.
right.
okay.
I probably should have mulliganed that hand, to be honest.
Your mom should have looked into
Oh my gosh. Listen to you. Why did we bring you? Never mind. We can't take you anywhere.
No.
All right, I'll go ahead and zero my Xenagos, and I'll get in Rich for 6.
And Rich isn't even paying attention over there.
Okay.
So 6 you.
Seems good.
Okay.
So if this is your first time here on our stream, this is MTGYou Fight Club. We fight on Thursday nights.
Sylvan Caryatid.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Boon Satyr.
Sure.
We try to have a nice, professional, good experience here with our tech and stuff.
That's a boom, Seda.
That's a boom.
3 cards in
Seda.
hand.
3 cards in hand.
Attack Xenagos for 4.
Double block.
Seems good. Killing your Caryatids.
Okay.
Second main phase, shock.
So you just double block there for some random shenanigans, like
Silesian Charm.
Silesian Charm is a thing.
Right, and like again, I have the Doomblade in my hand, so maybe I like force extra potential card advantage
Right,
that he knows that I have. So I'm not exactly going to get him, but
right.
Fleece main lion.
okie doke.
Oh, rar.
So that's the rough thing, is I'm gonna get blown out by a freaking
Satyr?
I'm gonna get totally blown out by a freaking. You know what? Go.
Use your words, Rich.
EOT. Doomblade your land.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him while he's tapped.
I'm gonna get
low.
blown out by Mizium mortars here, though.
Uh-huh.
If I
I think you're just going to get blown out by guys
If I
attacking your
commit-
face.
Yeah, like that's
too much
least
to
of your
blow.
worries is Mizium orders right now, I do think.
Um,
no, because you can just Mizium mortars and win, like, and then swing through for victory. So.
make a guy.
No, that's enough. Dang. Okay.
Make a guy.
Make a guy?
Okay.
Just for the extra value.
Well, just in case he has a flashy blocker. Honestly, like it looks like it's going over the top, but if he flashes in like a guy or does something crazy, see, like that. So now I go
Right.
10U, but it still does 8,
Yeah. So I'll block 2, 4, 6, 8.
and that's enough
Go
for
to
negative
negative 2.
And that's the game.
Yep.
All right, so those are two games. Two very different games.
Totally different games.
We're moving on to game 3 now, so that's good. All tied up 1-1.
Saw all
Is
of my
this
free drops.
are
ever.
these playing out the way you expect them to, guys?
So when Rich didn't have a 1-drop or a 2-drop, that made me really happy. I feel like these are the games that I can win. I also drew a fair amount of my removal that I brought in against him. Like I said, I just basically I took a lot of my planeswalkers out except for Xenagos, just because he's a relatively inexpensive planeswalker that can eventually win the game by overwhelming him with hasty 2/2s. So I felt like he was the most reliable way to win the game without having the potential to get mana screwed, like getting the Nissa stuck in my hand forever. So
Right.
Having won that first game, Daemon, would you have played the first game any different? What do you think, looking back on it now?
so the first game, really, I think I was on. I don't know that I made. I think the one choice I probably could have definitely made differently. The very, very first game that we played where Rich won was to maybe Ultimate Price and Experiment one that was coming after my Caryatid. And then if I had have drawn land the next turn, I could have played Nissa and made a 4/4. And the board may have looked a little bit different, and I probably would not have died pretty much the next turn.
Mhm.
Especially if you untap with Nissa that next turn, because
Right,
then
the
you
very
untap
next turn,
with
and then I have
with-
two
to make
4/4s.
another 4/4.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't even draw the land, but I think that probably would have been the best way to play to my outs. So it was definitely a learning moment for me. This particular game, though, I think that Rich got some bad draws, and I got all my removal. And those are the games that mid-range beats aggro. For
yeah,
sure.
Rich also wasn't able to play a creature until turn 3 or 4.
Turn 2 with the knight.
Oh,
but
Oh,
yeah.
right,
with
right,
the
right.
knight,
Well, so
and that
what-
was quite relevant.
I think really what kind of screwed me over was I gambled on the Ajani.
Right.
So I could stick my Advent in the Worm, and then because like your deck doesn't run a whole lot of spot removal. I know that its main source of removal is with Mizium Mortars, which Advent in the Worm is totally out of reach with, right? And then so I was like, oh, I'll make the Knight, force him to have to kill it. But then I kind of spaced about Xenagos making another token, which would kill either my Ajani. You know, I mean, if you swung both
Afterwards,
at
yeah.
my Ajani, it would kill it. And then Advent in the Worm, and then when you ultimate price my Advent in the Worm, that's when I knew it was kind of
That
just
was pretty much
over.
game over, right?
Yeah, like that right there was like I gambled and I lost really hard.